Welcome back to Osborne Park for continuing coverage of the AFGRI Men's Country Week here in Western Australia, brought to you by Henselite Choice of Champions. And our singles final is just getting underway, so we've had a few bowls played already, but looks like a couple to Peter Cole at the moment. But firstly, Clive Adams right here joining you once more, and I'm joined by Peter Harris from Bowls WA. How are you, Peter?
I'm very well. Good afternoon.
Been a big week, no doubt.
Yeah, no, Country Week, obviously always a big week. Big 2 weeks before and a big week now.
All right, we'll talk about that as we go, but let's get everyone up to speed with what's happening here. I think we're going to see weight from Matty France. So weight it is, looking to disturb a couple of these bowls from Peter Cole, and he has got one of them out. So Peter Cole using the pink bowls, Matty France using the yellow. Going to be nice and easy to keep track of that. And should be a really entertaining game, this one. Both players not shy to attack.
No, especially Matty. He's certainly shown all week that he is quite aggressive.
Oh, look at this bowl from Peter Cole. We've just gone, I'll just add another one. Thanks very much.
And Peter's been very consistent on the draw. So
2 shots to Peter to get us underway. It is a 21-up final, so keep that in mind. It is on your screen. Matty France, of course, from Merredin, Peter Cole from Pinjarra. And Peter, it's been a strange couple of minutes. We actually had a shower of rain just now.
Yeah, what's going on?
It's going to be 40 degrees and we've got a shower of rain.
Just, light shower just to ramp up the humidity just a little bit.
Still a few little spots falling, but it looks like it's pretty much gone. That's Peter Cole leading 2-0. And on the mat to commence the second end of this one. Well, it looks like he's done a pretty good job with this first bowl as well, so not taking long to adjust. I mean, look at that.
No, that's straight up. Now, he has been very good all week.
Will Matty attack with his first bowl here? Sometimes he can be inclined to, but no, sticking with the draw. Yeah, I guess a few weeks ago, Peter, you might have, as Matty France, what a reply. Oh. Boys, hasn't taken him long.
I'm going to say, that's hard to live up to this, so we'll see if they can continue, but that's a terrific start from both.
I was going to say, a few weeks ago, you might have... Don't tell lies now. Was there a feeling that the country week events might not quite get off the ground?
I don't know about not get off the ground. I thought there was going to be some disruption somewhere, but and certainly the further we go along, the ladies out there, we're certainly full steam ahead with Women's Country Week, and we're doing our very, very best to make sure it runs. So
very good. And as we've seen Matty France add another, well, if this is what we're in for, buckle up, because this is going to be entertaining stuff as we're seeing weight from Peter Cole. Needs it to get down slightly.
Just not going to hook back. But yes, many sleepless nights, because every day is a different day, isn't it, as we know, in this environment. So who knows what tomorrow brings.
Certainly.
Just noting, we note that Matthew is wearing the approved thongs.
The OOFIS thongs?
I don't know how he does it. Good on him.
More weight from Peter Cole. Needs it to get down just under his front bowl, and he's done that, but just got under the target. So it's going to be a score back in favour of Matty France here. And we don't see too many of the thongs around on the greens.
No, we don't. He's got no sock marks, so he must wear them a lot. Merredin, get a bit of sunshine, so he's got nice brown legs.
Don't go stopping too many drives wearing those, would be my tip. All right, can Matty add a third? Just needs it to get down from a good line. He's pretty good. Well, not sure. It looks like it's done enough.
Not sure it has.
Two it is. So, 2 shots apiece. First to 19 from here, Pete.
Yes, exactly.
So it is a 21-up game, and we're locked away at 2 shots apiece after well, 2 ends, but the ends don't matter. We'll play until someone gets to 21. Yeah, so feeling throughout the week, Pete, it's been another great success.
Oh yeah, there's obviously some things you take away that you can do better. We should have done better, but generally I think very, very pleased. We've gotten through. We had a few, not too many players hold us up. I feel, John Davidson's out there from Albany.
He looked a chance.
He looked a chance in all three and played really well. And
backed up his performance in the Australian Open, didn't he? Because he was a good performer in the Australian Open earlier, last year now.
So certainly taking nothing away from any of the guys in any of the finals, but he probably deserved to be in one of them. But that's the way it goes sometimes.
But 14 individuals survived into today. 2 fours teams, 2 pairs teams and 2 singles, and nobody overlapping.
Nobody overlapping, which is nice to see. Nice to see. Of course, Maddie is the defending champion, so I don't know if that's extra pressure or not.
Well, Peter Cole's not feeling much pressure at the moment, I don't think. He's come out of the blocks well. Very experienced player in his own right.
He's pushed it again, Matthew, so he's...
Well, a little bit of a chance here for Peter, isn't it?
This one.
Of course, still the fours final to come in today's coverage. Should be an entertaining match, that one.
It should be.
Well, there's 3 to Peter Cole right now, and really, Matty France with, by his standards, nothing anywhere near it. So what can he come up with his last?
Well, his line's pretty good. He's got to get around his own, but...
Well, he's done that. He's at least cut it down to 2.
Still didn't...
So a big opportunity for Peter Cole, and we've only seen multiples scored so far in this match. No one's interested in one.
No, that's not a bad thing. Get the game moving.
You'd expect this to be 3, but Peter might have just overdone that one. So
the old trick, don't be short here.
Yeah, and run into your own potentially. A little bit more rain starting to fall. It will be 2 shots to Peter Cole, and we're scoring in 2s. It's 4 shots to 2 in favour of Peter Cole. Not sure whether you're hearing that rain falling. It's we've got some falling on the tent that we're sitting under. Actually, reasonably steady.
Can't be too hard. Big Trev's over the other side, Trevor Barron. He's not moving, so he's a weatherman from way back.
Looks like it's just about drying up again. Doesn't look like there's a lot around. I mean, there's a few dark clouds, but it doesn't look like there's a lot around. Casper asking whether I'm back for the BPL in May. Absolutely, fingers crossed, Casper. Yes, it certainly looks good. Certainly looks good for me to be back. What about you, Peter? Are you back in the coach's chair for May?
I don't know. Has anything been announced?
I don't think so. I was looking for a scoop.
I believe I'm making maybe one last appearance.
Right. Okay.
Well, a bit like you. Fingers crossed.
I'll have to send you the stats from the last one. Some interesting reading.
Please do.
And Gold Coast Hawks were an interesting one at the last BPL. They topped the stats in nearly every category and didn't make the finals. It was very, very interesting.
Stats are irrelevant, clearly.
But of course, our Perth Suns did us proud and just missed finals. It's funny, you come back from a BPL, there's always hard luck stories, isn't there? Every team's got them.
Yep. No, just missed finals the year before, so it's about time we took that next step.
Great shot there from Maddie. Just needed it to fall over and probably would have counted, but just out of the count. And of course, we're sitting here at Osborne Park, of course, the home club of Cody Packer, who's not only been representing WA in the Perth Suns team, but also trialling for the Australian Jackaroos squad in the Commonwealth Games. So, best wishes to Cody. I don't know whether he's back on the ground yet. He might be in the air at the moment.
Yeah, he might be in the air, I think. So he'll lob up to Pennants tomorrow and start playing again. So Peter played weight last time, obviously. Not sure he'll do that again. No.
So it's more draw weight.
He probably didn't want to drop short either.
Well, the weight would have done. I think the weight was all right if he'd just been on that. It needed to be on a perfect line, but probably would have done. Now there's a little opportunity for Matty. A little touch of the jack wouldn't hurt. Are we going to see our first one scored here, Peter?
He's taking a high line, so I'm thinking so.
A little message there saying the radar does show there might be a little bit more rain in an hour or so. So hopefully we don't get too much, but it is going to keep the conditions perhaps a little bit cooler for the players, which is...
Yeah, you wouldn't think it's getting to 40.
Well, there was always an early sea breeze forecast as well. We'll just wait for the final signal there of how many that was. It was 2.
Well measured. Well measured.
4 apiece. 2 scored on every end so far. We can say it's been a very even game, Peter.
Very. They both have the particular end they like to play.
I tell you what, neither of them takes very long on the mat either. They're getting through the game. There is no doubt about that. As Matty France with a very nice opener here, going to finish very close to the jack with that first bowl.
Is pushing through a little bit.
He's good.
He's not going to quite get around it.
Just crashed into the front bowl. I reckon he was good.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
he was perfect. Matthew, his line looked good again, so he's sneaking under for.
Both these players have dropped on a really good line and weight, haven't they? I mean, look at that. That's perfect. We might see more weight here from.
You'd expect so.
Peter now.
So staying backhand, which would determine that it has to play weight that hand.
He's very close. Oh, he's got one of them out.
Matthew didn't want to think about it. Just get on, play.
They're both very settled very quickly, and Matty's just got this one out a little bit deeper. It's still trying to get back.
Again, Peter's backhand.
Still backing the weighted shot. He doesn't want his own.
He doesn't want his own clean.
Just went on the outside of it, so. There's no time to think here at the moment, Peter. There's bowl after bowl. It's certainly getting on with the match.
So Matty's got his line again. That'll be 2.
Blake Nan has asked us for our thoughts on the bowl's thongs.
Yeah, not a fan.
I can't imagine.
I like Peter's salmon shoes, but they're good.
Yeah, well, it looks like it's going to be another 2. It's going to be another 2 in favour of Matty France, and it's 6 shots to 4.
In saying that,
you're going to leave us for a little while, Peter?
You, and I'm going to let a special guest come in, one of our pairs winners.
One of our pairs champions.
So good luck to you. Sorry, sweaty ears.
We are joined by Shane Judas Nan. Congratulations, mate. What a fantastic performance.
Yeah, very happy.
Have I got the surname right?
Judasy. Pretty close.
Judasy. Sorry.
Close.
I think I switched halfway through the game from Judasy Nan to Judas Nan.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
It's close enough.
Congratulations, mate. Must be a big thrill.
Yeah, it really was. It's good to win your country week pairs with your mate that you play with all the time. So, yeah, really stoked.
Yeah, and your first country week title, of course. Not Mike's first. He's had the singles here in 2016, right here on this green too.
Yeah, and I think he's also had a fours as well.
Ah, yes.
Yep.
No, it was a great display, and I think you paid tribute to him in your speech is that he just dropped him on the jack, and that's pretty much what he did for most of the game. He probably had a couple of ends there in the middle where it looked like Greg came back at him a little bit, but for the most part he had one or two bowls on the jack for you nearly every end.
Yeah, he's just so consistent, and honestly he's out there practicing almost every day, even when Country Week's long gone. He's still out there, practices every day. He's like a robot.
Practice makes perfect.
Sure does.
So we've seen an interesting start to this game. We've had 2 shots scored on every single end so far. So we've played 5 ends and we've had 10 shots scored. It's 6-4 in favour of Matty France, and Peter Cole very close for this one.
Yeah, Matty doesn't muck around on the mat. He's pretty rapid.
There's no time to blink. As Matty with weight looking to remove that bowl of Peter Cole. He's very close, just missed on the inside. Tell us about how the green was running, because it looks perfect. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's been very similar since Wednesday. Hasn't changed much at all. Seems to quicken up in the arvo.
Okay.
But there's nothing to complain about at all. They're in perfect nick.
And the wind was a little bit of a challenge for you guys early, particularly that easterly coming across. It's probably eased a little bit now, but early on?
Yeah, it was. It was holding this forehand going back to the clubhouse out a fair bit, and it was the bowls were walking a bit, so that's, I think 40 went out on the wide hand.
Now Peter Cole, bit of pressure because he needs to keep the 2 count going. If he doesn't get one in here, we've only got 1.
Be a disaster.
Yeah. Well, he's not far away. Well, he's turned his own bowl. I don't think it'll be enough. I think it'll only be 1. Suhog with 1 paddle ready to display. And 1 it is. So our run of 2s has been broken. It's a 6-5 lead to Matty France over Peter Cole.
Was there a bit of rain before?
There was, yeah. We had a little bit of rain in the break just after your game finished, and we had a couple of little drops just a couple of ends ago. So probably not enough to slow anything down too much. But it's a strange day, isn't it? 40 degree day forecast, and we're getting rain.
Yeah.
It's very stormish type rain. It's big drops. So hopefully we've heard that there might be a little bit more on the radar, but hopefully it stays away for the rest of the day, because it's been a fantastic week, and we'd love to see the games completed without getting too much interference. Solid start again from Peter Cole. Yeah, there's a little bit out there. I'm just having a look at the radar myself. There's a little bit out there off the coast at the moment drifting across, but hopefully not too much in it. So your run through to the finals, Shane, was it pretty? Was it the way we saw today's final, which was establish a good lead and stick with it, or did you have to fight through any games?
Yeah, we definitely had to fight through a few games, but we did have a few big wins also. It was just different. We always had to play well, and 40 was playing well the whole time, but. Definitely in the semi-final against Wanneberg, he's pretty handy, except he was waiting around all day, so that did not help his cause at all.
Yeah, that can be the case sometimes with Country Week, depending on how other games are going and who's made it through in multiple events. It can be that you do have to wait a little while. It's just the way it goes, isn't it? But
you definitely want to aim for being in as many events as you can.
Peter holding 3. And big weight coming from Matty France, no hesitation. Well, big opportunity here for Peter Cole. He trails 5-6. This is racing along at a rate. John Davidson sending his congrats to you and Mike as well, Shane.
Cheers, John.
He had plenty of support coming through actually during the match. It was. Tell us about the boys on the roof.
Yeah, my boys on the roof over there. They didn't get let in, so they decided to jump up on the roof and watch.
France, what a result! Sorry, Shane. What a result there. That was a big change up. Did you do enough for shot, or is it still 1 to Peter by the look of it? So we're locked away at 6 shots apiece. Yeah, the boys on the roof.
Yeah, so the Australs boys, I used to play hockey with them, and every time we come to Aussie Park, they always come over and watch, but they didn't get let in.
Tell us it's their house.
It is definitely their house. Yeah, I might be staying there tonight actually.
Right, okay. Oh, very good. Well, we got them on camera, so they gave us a wave on camera, so
fantastic.
Did a good job.
Yeah, I made sure I got a couple of photos of it too.
I said it was reminiscent of watching the cricket from England and things like that, where you see them out in their balconies and all that sort of stuff. Very, very similar.
Yep. It's a shame we can't have spectators, but it is what it is.
Yeah, there's quite a few sitting in the clubhouse, so hello to everyone sitting in the clubhouse here at Osborne Park watching along. There's quite a crowd in there, and of course plenty of people following along from home as well. Kyle McElroy suggesting that Matty France runs better in thongs. Have you tried the thongs, mate? You're a thongs kind of guy for on the green?
I have not. I haven't even got proper bowl shoes, but I might have to get myself some Henselite bowl shoes. I think I've finally picked one that I like.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to get a set.
Of course, Henselite
sponsors,
bringing
aren't
us
they?
The coverage, yes, so beautifully done. And of course, AFGRI sponsoring Country Week. Fantastic to see a country organisation involved in country bowls. As we see Peter Cole, well, he needs this one to pull up a little bit, but it's at least 2. It may have done enough to stay in, but I'd expect Matty France to correct a little on his first 2 attempts. Mike Ford changed hands during the game. Shane, was that something that you suggested, or just let me see this? Well, look at that. We said Matty wouldn't be far away, and he's not. Maybe he hasn't got shot. Yeah, there was a change of hands there after a few ends to the wide hand.
Yeah, no consultation with me. He just Fordy just does what he does, and you just try and keep out of his way.
Well, he did it well. I think the first time he went to it, he finished about 6 inches away, right behind the jack.
Yeah, we've got a pretty good understanding, Fordy and I. He doesn't really pull me up a lot, and I don't pull him up a lot. We just sort of work it out together. And
it's an interesting combination because you're 2 pretty different sort of guys, and not just age-wise, but just in the way it goes about it. He's a very stoic sort of on the mat character. You're quite quick with the way you play the game, and quite aggressive, and a bit of a character out there as well. It's an interesting combination.
Yeah, it is. But we've been working on it for a really long time. I've been playing with Fordy for ages now, and we've just team building. We've finally worked out what we're doing, and we're just pretty happy with the way we're playing.
Warren Holt suggesting you won't need to skateboard home.
No. Yeah.
All right, Peter Cole's been and had a look. Would expect him to reach here. He's got everything to trail the jack to, Shane, or sit the closest bowl of Matty France. And that hand, as we saw throughout your game, tending to miss wide with a little bit of weight up there.
Yeah, as soon as you give it any grass, it floats out. You've got to be really tight, basically inside the line.
And that's where the breeze has been all day, so
yep.
We are expecting that to switch fairly soon. So be interesting to see if that changes the game at all. Now, yeah, Matty can look like he's going to drive every bowl. It's one of those, he's got that big arm swing preparation, but tell you what, for line he looks handy. This is very close.
This looks good.
Oh, he's found the gap. So I'm not sure whether we had an indication as to who actually had shot before that. We'll just check that out. We're going to get the measure out, so we'll just find out who's got the shot. And it looks like one to the yellow. It is 1 to Matty France. He leads at 7 shots to 6 as we take a word from AFGRI, our major sponsor of Country Week in WA.
When you buy a John Deere lifestyle tractor or ride-on mower, you join the John Deere family. And that means more than just owning a piece of our equipment. It's the dependable support of your local dealer, backed by a global network dedicated to innovation and quality. Call into your local AFGRI equipment today. We've rolled out the green carpet for you.
Welcome back to Osborne Park Bowling Club, and first bowl's been played by Matty France, about a metre past the jack, and Peter Cole now playing his first bowl in reply. This is the 9th end of the match. It's a 7-6 lead to Matty France, and, well, I mean, ends don't matter, but it's first to 21, of course. How'd you fare in the singles, Shane?
Very good until I came across Holty.
Right.
And we were actually very tight up until about 12 all or something like that, and then I don't think I scored after that. He kicked into top gear, and I just couldn't match him.
He can play a bit.
Yeah, he wasn't not bad.
All right, a little bit of room for both players here after they've played 2 each. And a couple of games left up there in pennant, I hear. And Matty France nails the jack. Couple of games left.
Yeah, we've got 2 games left and then finals. I won't be playing in the final series. Our team's sort of fallen apart a bit, but it's all going to be happening soon.
Okay.
I think Geraldton are 1 and 2, and I think the two Wanthella teams are 3rd and 4th.
Okay. Now, can Matty find another one here? He nailed it with his previous bowl. Mick watching from Tassie, on your mate. And he has nailed it again. Look at this. Matty France, 2 fantastic bowls there with bowls 3 and 4. We said there was a bit of room, and he's come up trumps now. Peter might consider trying to get both bowls, but does he get his back one in the process if he does? It looks like he probably does. Well, he is playing weight. He's just on the outside. Well, he's got one of them. So, one of them stays. Certainly wasn't far off getting both bowls out. It's going to be at least 1 to Matty. He hasn't kicked anything else out. No, he's taking the 1. So, Matty France leads at 8 shots to 6. How do you see the 4s going, Shane? We've got Ian Cartledge and his Bunbury and Brunswick combination to take on John Sharp and his Emu Point combination. Yeah,
hard to probably go past Matty Mitchell and Sharpie. They're a pretty decent unit.
It's a pretty powerful back end, isn't it? And,
it definitely
is. The word I've heard is the front end's been going pretty good too.
I've been watching the front end, and they have been going, just purring along nicely.
Of course, don't forget we've still got that match to bring you to complete our coverage here today. Ones and twos throughout so far. We saw, in fact, we saw 5 twos in a row to get us underway. Now we've had 4 ones in a row to follow. I like my patterns of scoring.
Yeah, interesting.
Yes. Peter Cole there with his first bowl finishing jack high just underneath. Very handy start. Matty running past again. It's an opportunity now for Peter to really close in on this jack. He's not far away again. Tuck it away. Well, that is very well played by Peter Cole, and big weight coming from Matty France. Well, actually for him that's not huge weight, but it's still solid. What's he got?
He likes it.
He got one of them out and pushed Peter Cole's bowl to the back of the rink, so no need to cover for Peter. He'll be looking to add another one right on top here. Well, Matty's already clapped this bowl, so it's another close bowl from Peter Cole. So he's played 3 very good bowls on this end. If you're Matty, are you drawing here, Shane?
Yeah, there's probably a lot of room for Matty, and you won't want to be leaving that much room for a third.
There's a temptation to look for Jack in the ditch. There'll be some players that would play that, but I think Matty at sometimes would. But
too many gaps.
Is he getting down to the jack? No, he's just trickled past.
Maybe second shot.
Could have done enough. Our marker Sue Hogg indicates just one shot. Interesting, Peter changing hands as a result. It looks in the zone. It's already been clapped by Matty France. Good sport that he is, and that will be 2 shots to Peter Cole. Might have a quick look for a third, but if it is 2 shots, it's going to lock us away again at 8 shots apiece. Yep, there it is. So nothing in this. First to 13 is going to win from here. 21 up game. It's been entertaining so far.
It's been a great game.
So what's your aspirations in the sport, mate?
I've got a young family now, so probably just keep doing what I'm doing. Keep playing country week, all our club championships and league events, zone events, that sort of thing. But it's pretty hard to come down to Perth and try and be competitive in Perth.
Yeah,
just takes up too much time, and I'd rather spend time with my little fella.
Fair enough.
At this stage.
How old's he?
He's 2.5.
And what's his name?
James.
James, good on him.
Yep.
Good on him.
He basically lives down at the bowling club as well.
Oh, does he?
Yep.
We've got a few little ones kicking around the clubs down here as well. We often see, obviously, Blake and Kelly's little Noah. He's got his Cambridge outfit, and often he's a bit of a mascot for the Cambridge Premier League team.
I was playing the piano for him at Bassendean not long ago, maybe in the state triples or state fours or something. They were all there, and I got on the piano and played, and he was loving it.
And of course, we've got Haley and Cody, little Jasper, that looks like he's going to be a budding bowler, looking at some of the videos we've seen. So it's great to see the little ones growing up, and it's the bowls community is a nice community for them to grow up in.
Absolutely. Hopefully they can get some friends and get a bit of a crew together.
Steve Palmer, enjoying your commentary, mate?
Oh, Steve.
Another nice addition there from Matty France. Probably forces Peter Cole now to the forehand as well. Well, he's not far away, but he's just the same like his first 2 bowls, and just pulling up that agonising metre short. It's an opportunity now for Matty Francis to clear the front and count. Weight looks good.
A bit of pressure on this next ball now.
Well, that's a great shot from Matty Francis. Covered up the jack. This might bring Peter back to the backhand. Well, he's sticking forehand. I thought he might look up that gap at the front, but he's got nothing past the jack, so this is one of those ends where Peter will be happy if he can just somehow cut this back to 1 and drop 1. How is he?
That is a great effort.
Oh, he's run through. Well, Sue's indicating that it's currently 2, but she hasn't had a chance to look for the third yet. 2 is a signal from Sue Hogg. It's one bowl to play, and it belongs to Maddie France. Brad suggesting that if Maddie wins, he might be the first player to win in thongs. I think we can guarantee that that's probably correct. Now, has this got the journey? It does not. So that will be 2 shots to Maddie France, and he now leads at 10 shots to 8. Shane, I think we're going to let you go and bring in our next guest. So thank you and congratulations again, and you can go and party, mate.
Thank you. See you later, Clive.
Alrighty, so 10 shots to 8 in favour of Maddie France from Merredin. And as we talk Merredin, well, it had to be fitting that we got the great man himself, Ashley Sharp, to get in here and join us. How are you, mate?
Good, Clive. Thank you. Yeah, good to be here and have a sit down, have a chat with you, and to all the viewers, good afternoon.
Of course, you know Maddie very well, up there in teammates up there in Merredin.
Yeah, mate, teammates, growing up together, knowing each other since year 6, so been best mates for a very long time, and started our bowling career together. He progressed on to bigger and better things than me, that's for sure, but hell of a bowler, mate, hell of a man. He's always entertaining, whether it's on the green or off the green.
And of course, you've got a bit of a vested interest in the fours final as well, eh?
Yeah, so obviously the old man in the fours as well, so I'm here supporting all day. To be honest, I don't think my body could handle another day of bowls, Clive. 8 in a row is enough for me. I can't say I had a good pre-season for bowls. I'd hate to know how much Nurofen gel Matty and I have used for the week, but it's if you're buying shares, I'd be buying Nurofen.
It is a long week, isn't it? But it's also a tremendous week, isn't it? I mean, guys come to Country Week for all different reasons. You know, it might be to play for a title. It might well be just to catch up with old mates, guys that they don't necessarily get to see very often because people have moved in times. You know, people that used to live in Merredin maybe now live in Pinjarra or whatever. Gives them a chance to all catch up and really enjoy each other's company.
Yeah, dead right, Clive, and that's a big aspect and a big selling point for Country Week is as Peter just somehow rips his own out there. He's very stiff.
So 3 light and not a lot to play to with his last. Yeah.
No, as you say, I think that plays a big part with coming down and being able to catch up with people that maybe you haven't seen since last year, or even the case of Dad with his fours side playing with Ginger Dougie Wright, who when Dad started bowls was one of the big players at Caliburn, and I think Dad might even played a couple of league representative games with Ginger when Dad was only 17, 18 years old, and
fantastic.
And here we are 40 years later playing the fours final.
It's a fantastic story. 4 down, Peter Cole. What can he come up with here? His weight looks pretty good.
He looks real good here.
Well, this is a fantastic effort from Peter Cole.
It's a great shot.
Well, he's cut it back probably to 2. 2 it is. It seems to be the flavour of this game, scoring 2s. But what a fantastic effort from Peter. But 2 it is to Matty France, and he now leads at 12 shots to 8. You'd have had a few games against Matty up there, mate?
Yeah, a few games, a lot of losses. Played him he's got me the last 2 years since I've been back in Merredin. He's got me in the club singles both times, and I think I was fortunate enough to get past 10 this year, but the year before he gave me a touch-up. He's a very hard man to get on top of. Wonderful draw player, but
not a lot gets to him either, does it?
No, he's never phased, mate.
No.
And as you see, he's a wonderful draw player, as you see with this bowl.
First bowl right on it again.
But also not afraid to hit when he has to, and gee whiz, can he hit as well.
And have you enjoyed your move back to the country, mate? Been back out there for, what, 3 years?
Just coming up 2, mate.
Okay.
I moved back fresh off Country Week of 2020 when the pandemic hit.
Are you president of Merredin now?
I have been thrown into the deep end and I'm now president, mate. I started my first year, I got thrown captaincy and then quickly moved up to president. So
couldn't be in better hands, mate.
Oh, it's a very rewarding job, but gee whiz, at times it can be hard work. And in saying that, I think Matty will probably be thanking me because as president, I'm the one who granted his week's leave to come and play.
That was nice of you. That was nice of you.
Yeah, no, I wasn't sure whether I should or not, but he agreed to play in the pairs and the fours with me, so I thought I'd let him have the week
Deal.
off. Yeah.
Now, can Peter find just a foot on his first? Both the first bowls were just about a foot short of the jack. 12-8, 21 up. Don't want to let that skip out any further.
Just getting back to Peter's last bowl on the last end as well, it's got to be said, after having a drive, it's always, as bowlers would know, hard to come back to a draw and find that weight.
And switch to the wide hand to do it.
Exactly, so that's the 4 down and to draw a wonderful shot, and should he have fallen over or flopped in, he would have been close to actually being shot, so a critical time in the game. It's a good shot as Matty just crashes the front.
There's a few people admiring your hairdo, mate.
Yeah, I need to thank my brother to start with. As I take my AFGRI hat off, it's a little bit rough at the moment. But
well, great shot there from Peter Cole. We were worried about your hair, but it's a great shot
Wonderful
from Peter
shot.
Cole.
Well,
He's made 2 or 3 out of that.
I'd rather look at that than my hair. No,
I'll have to see if we can. Yeah, there we go.
I've got to thank my brother. He started it, but there's a bit of Tiger King Joe Exotic about it.
Just a look at the back, mate. Yep, there you go. Look at that.
Yep. Mate, there's not a lot left up there, so I keep what I can. As I find my headpiece.
Yes. Now, what can Matty France come up with here? Because this is a huge turnaround from Peter Cole on this
very
end.
Very close. Running off the front. Yeah.
No real result out of that.
Not a lot, no.
So, 2 to Peter at the moment, and really, quite frankly, Oodles have room to draw another.
To break the flow of 2s, really, because I'd imagine there'd be a lot in the game, Clive.
The last 3 ends have gone the 2s. We started with a run of 2s. We then went with a run of 1s, and we're on a run of 2s again. Now, this might be another 2.
I think it is a 2.
Peter will be disappointed not to have countered with that. But this has been it's been an interesting flow of scoring.
Yeah, it's just been that sort of game. I think you'll find both players probably play a very similar style of bowls with being wonderful draw bowls as you've seen, but also not shy to have a whack. So
yeah,
in that you can probably count on 1 or 2 bowls from each end actually not being on the rink, which so 4s might be hard to come across.
12-10 is the score in favour of Matty France, and you asked about the run of scores. We had 5 2s in a row to start the game, 4 1s in a row, and now we've had 4 2s in a row again.
There you go. So nothing over a 2 yet.
No.
No.
So we'll wait and see what happens. But 12-10, it's certainly a close match, and Peter Cole looking to start well again here. Needs the jack. Just going to pass on the outside.
Now, I did hear someone mention Matty and his thongs, and I did say to Matty last night when we were having our team dinner, if he does win, I'd be hitting up Ufu's for some lifetime sponsorship of thongs. Well, I don't think he planned on wearing them for the week, but he succumbed to an ankle injury early in the week at Manning and struggled with his shoe on, so he's since got over the injury, but being the superstitious man he is, he doesn't want to take the thongs off. He said, as you know, Clive, some bowlers don't like to change a winning formula.
Certainly not. So, Matty just looking for a slight correction on his first. Looks like he's just drifted it out deep. Well, it's either weight or line, but probably just the weight. Just about 1.5 metres quick.
Yeah, just a touch.
Peter switching to the backhand. Last time we saw this, he was 4 down and he drew third shot.
And if he plays the same sort of bowl from a similar distance away from the jack, he would be good enough for shot this time.
Certainly would. Weight's good.
Just a matter of getting down, I think.
Well, that might have done enough. It's
hard to tell from this angle.
I'm reckoning I can see 1 yellow paddle in Sue's hand, so...
Matty doesn't give him much time to even have a look, does he? He doesn't care. He's indicating it to slow down a touch, I think.
Well, that will sit for 2.
That will definitely, lay it in for 2.
Could the 2-run continue?
What are we on at the moment? 4?
4 in a row at the moment. Well,
Yep.
Matty's already clapped this. Peter Cole's drawn the shot. Now, what do we see here, Ash? Trail the jack?
I doubt he'll be short.
You reckon he'll go bigger?
I don't think he'll go bigger. I think the risk of getting his own is a bit much, but on these, I wouldn't be surprised to see him get to the ditch.
Okay. The 2 arm swings before he bowls. There we go. So you've called it about right. Stitch weight.
He's liking down.
Looking
He's
for it to
called.
get down.
Great shot. Oh,
Got
he
it with
gets
one of his own.
on the way, but
We believe it'll still be 1 to Matty. Yep, nice and confident. Boys trust each other. 13-10 the lead now to Matty France.
I'll tell you what, Sue would want to be quick on her feet today with these two because neither of them mess around much, do they? Calling shots, rolling
Certainly
jacks.
not. No. We said that. There's, try and add a little bit of value in the commentary area, and you're racing to try and get the words out before they play the bowl.
Well, you'll be happy, and AFGRI will be happy to know that Matty's wearing a AFGRI hat for the final. AFGRI Merredin, Matty Harrod, is a wonderful sponsor of the Merredin Club, and he asked me if we wanted a few stubby holders, and asked him for a couple of hats as well, and he was a bit hesitant, but when I said Matty France would be wearing one, he was more than happy to give me a couple.
No, we certainly appreciate AFGRI for their support of country bowls.
Wonderful. All sponsorship in bowls is greatly appreciated. It lets us have these great events and be able to host these live streams, especially in the times of COVID where the lack of spectators obviously here today is known, and to be able to watch at home is a wonderful thing.
And of course, Henselite, of course, one of the partners in bringing you this coverage today. Henselite Choice of Champions, of course.
As Matty just doesn't quite get down enough, and a good first bowl from Peter there to be right on the jack.
Well, it's good timing for Peter, isn't it? 13-10 behind. Just needs to score here because otherwise 21 comes up pretty quick.
Yeah, once you start getting... I feel 12 is always my number. When you get past 12, that's sort of the springboard for me.
Great shot here now.
Good shooting.
Does Matty line this up?
I think so, mate.
Big weight from Matty France. He's got something.
Shot.
Well, he's got them both. Wow. Bang. Out they go. Both bowls off the rink. But Peter has played 2 perfect bowls so far on this end. We expect this to be pretty close.
Just got to run it out, I think. He's pretty good. Good shot. Oh. Good enough, maybe. Matty doesn't wait for the marker's indication. He
doesn't care.
No.
I can draw that on the forehand. There's nothing in the way.
No worries. He's pretty good as well.
Back from the drive, and that's plenty good enough for shot.
As you say, very critical in this one. I find that the game is just when someone looks like taking the game by the scruff of the neck, the other person plays a really big shot to...
Speaking
as you see,
of which, look at this.
Just like that.
Well,
he's hanging on for dear life.
It will. It'll hold on, and it'll be 1 to Peter Cole.
Good shot. As you say, just no one has quite been able to get the buffer at the moment. And when it does look like a couple of innings ago, Matty holds 4. Peter draws second shot to keep himself nice and close, and just then Matty's looking to put 4-shot lead on, and a wonderful shot from Peter Cole.
We're going to take a quick word from AFGRI, our main partner here for Country Week.
When you buy a John Deere lifestyle tractor or ride-on mower, you join the John Deere family. And that means more than just owning a piece of our equipment. It's the dependable support of your local dealer, backed by a global network dedicated to innovation and quality. Call into your local AFGRI equipment today. We've rolled out the green carpet for you.
Love it. They've rolled out the green carpet.
Rolled out the green
Love
carpet.
it, haven't you? Yeah. No, great work there from AFGRI and Henselite, as we said. First bowl's been played by Peter Cole, just about 2 feet past the jack, and an opportunity now for Matty France to reply. Looks to have underdone it slightly for weight.
Bit of both, I think, yeah. not a bad second bowl here from
He's
Peter, I
done
think.
well. Yeah.
Covering the jack. You don't mind him there.
Green's at that pace where it almost needs to look like it's stopping, and then it gives you an extra couple of feet of roll. It's really nice.
Just that little bit of sprinkle before the game. Well, as the roll-up started, really, the probably took the edge off, because I've played the last couple of days here, and the greens have been very good at Aussie Park, I must say. So maybe the touch of rain took a bit of the edge off, but obviously hasn't bothered these two boys very much.
Where else did you sample during the week, mate?
Bassendean.
Oh.
Yeah, can't complain there.
No.
The boys look after you out there, and the greens are wonderful.
Yeah.
And Manning, so
Beautiful.
singles at Mount Lawley, which again I can't complain. All the host clubs I played at this year were wonderful. Greens were good, food was good, beer was cold. That's what you want when you're at Country Week Bowls.
Yeah, certainly. It comes back to that. Was Matty looking to get round his own? Didn't quite make it round. Still won to Peter Cole. It comes back to that. The comments about being here for different reasons. Meals are important. All that goes to the players' experiences of Country Week that might be coming down, and they know they're not going to necessarily win a title or anything like that. It's all about that experience and enjoying a break. Just needs to miss. He just skimmed past Matty Francis' bowl.
Interesting if Matty's got 1 or 2 seconds here, because I see Peter's got the back bowls, but wouldn't be surprised to see him go it if he's got
Really?
a couple.
With nothing past the jack?
Nah,
Wow.
well, if you play with weight, his bowl's going to be past the jack. So, and I reckon the cannon works as well if he gets his own. So,
Oh, he's clearly thinking about it.
look, I've played a lot of bowls with him.
Yeah, I know you have. Well, he's chasing it.
Off his own back to the jack as well as a chance. He likes it down. It's cannon gone like that.
What a shot. Wow. And superbly called by Ashley Sharp. Can't deny that. Having conviction
Great
to
shot.
play the shot that you see, and rewarded with 2 shots as a result. 15-11 lead to Matty France.
Wonderful bowl that. And when you play with him enough and he says to you, no, I'll play this shot, you soon work out what shot he likes to play.
Yeah, back him in.
Back him in, mate. So just with that 4-shot buffer again, and big end. All ends are big, but in the context of the game, this is a big end.
Yeah, it certainly is. Get another couple. If it's another couple to Matty, then suddenly 17. It is certainly. It certainly gets a bit too close for comfort there. Whereas a couple to Peter, and he's only a couple behind.
Exactly.
That's huge.
But getting back to what you were saying about the reasons guys come at
Yeah.
country, I think being from the country, a lot of guys, enjoy a good feed and a cold beer and just feeling like they're welcomed. And mate, as I said, the 3 clubs I was at this year, and Aussie Park as well, were more than welcoming, wonderful, wonderful people. And you find nowadays clubs like Manning, Osborne Park, even Bassendean have a lot of ex-country blokes who play at the club, so you know a lot of the guys and they know what country guys want when they come up for Country Week, and they sort of, you find those guys are the ones that have the input for Country Week. You Adgiel,
Yep.
at Aussie Park, you got your Caffles,
Yep.
Bassendean, you've got a lot of country blokes actually go up and play. Gingin boys, Smutty, Aaron Smith played there, so
Yep.
I think having that little bit of country influence in a club certainly helps us having an insight to what guys look for when they come up for Country Week. And as I say, I think from all regards, a lot of the clubs have been very, very receptive in that. Good shot here.
Glenn Archer just. Peter Cole nailing the shot there. Glenn Archer. Yes, the 4s are following this game, so. Don't go too far. Make sure you like the Bowls WA Facebook page is the best way. Make sure your notifications are on, and then when we go live for that match, you'll get a notification that we're on. Obviously, with singles, we're not quite sure what the timing will be because we don't know how long a singles game goes for. So just make sure you like the page, and you can't go wrong. Aaron Smith enjoying your call of that last shot. Same as always on for Matty to play that.
Yes, and a shout out to everyone who's messaged me on my phone. My phone hasn't had this many text messages all week, and now all of a sudden they all want to talk to me.
They love you, mate. They love you.
So probably 2 down here, I'd say, Matty. And
This is the scenario we were talking about, isn't it?
Exactly as you called, Clive. But two either way here is a big point in the game.
Paul Butler suggesting ringside Ash. Well, he said ringside, but it's rinkside. But
I'm happy to be ringside Ash. I think ringside Clive's trademarked. He's got to get down to it here. It's a mighty effort. Not a lot showing from either player or marker there.
Nice comment there from Jason Shurchins as well. Just that Warwick was very welcoming as well. Dennis, the president at Warwick. Dennis, good man, Dennis Harnell. And of course Jason is Calvin Rogers' director.
Right, very good. Matty, like a lizard in the sun at the moment.
Peter Cole now. We're not quite sure where this head sits at the moment.
I think Sue indicated one to Peter. There was a one white paddle, so if he gets down onto Matty, which I don't think he'll quite
He doesn't
turn
want to
up.
now. He doesn't want the outside of it.
So Matty patrolling the head, kicks one bowl out with his steel cap thongs, and I think that'll be it.
One it is. So, but we did say that was an important end for Peter Cole to win. He's done that. 15-12 now the lead to Matty France. And thanks, Ash. I'll let you go.
With that, thank you. I'll get back on the bank so I can do a little bit of cheering. But,
good on you, mate.
Good final and good luck to
Appreciate you joining us.
Everyone playing. Thank you.
And yes, Ray, the pairs has been already played. I could tell you the result, I suppose, but you can actually go back and watch that on the Bowls WA Facebook page if you like. So that will be there and able to be replayed. And Simon Auden commenting from a Bassendean point of view, appreciating Ash's comments. And Derek really enjoyed his first country week, so good on you. Welcome back, Peter Harris.
Yeah, thanks. All good. It's a hard act to follow, I must say.
No, he does a good job, does Ash, doesn't he? He's
Certainly
a real
does.
promoter of our sport, which is great.
Yep.
Been an interesting game. I mean, really, there's been no more than 3 shots in it at any stage. 13-10 is the biggest lead, and of course, 4 shots before this end. It was 15-11. So, yeah, no more than 3 or 4 shots in it though, and no big scores. We've only had 1s and 2s as Peter Cole finishes right next to the jack.
Yeah, certainly Matthew's the more flamboyant player, so sometimes it look he can go be bit better, but Peter's is just not going away.
How good a call of it was from Ash.
Yes.
That last shot going this way. I mean, not sure I would have played that, but
No, we're not aggressive players, but
Matty France getting in there once more, working off Peter Cole's previous bowl. Perfectly played.
he's close, so he might just get bowl clean.
Oh,
no,
what a
got the
shot
jack
that
as
is.
Well,
It's
Great
bowl
shot.
after bowl at the moment. Great shot, and finished right on the front of the jack, so really doesn't give Matty France much to work with here. Be interesting to see if it's 1 or 2, but Matty didn't bother to ask, so...
No, he'll run up and have a look himself. Sue's going to give us the... He's
Well,
close
Matty
to this.
France, look at this.
Half it? No,
Oh,
half.
wow.
Stays on, and it's nearly at the perfect weight.
Well, Sue's only got 1 paddle in her
She
hand,
has.
so we'd say it's only 1.
I thought she was going to raise the paddle, but chose not to.
Keeping it a secret. Peter Cole, well, he wants to just stay on at the back now. He's done well. That's a very well positioned bowl.
Does it count? I'm not saying it doesn't.
It's not far out. If it's not in,
It's got
certainly not missing by much.
certainly got Sue's interest.
2.
2, so and a measure.
Interesting. At 15-12. Now that'll make Matty's mind up. He'll go big.
Yeah, 2 is... He had nothing to lose now.
Big weight from Matty France. Well...
Oh, if that had got past that bowl, he's probably still 3 down.
It may only be 2. Depends whether the bowl in the ditch...
That's the toucher.
It's a toucher, but it may not beat the yellow.
Which yellow?
The yellow on the green. Yeah, it's a bit hard for us to tell that angle. There's definitely 2 out.
If the jack had got past that pink bowl, it was up the green for 2 to Matthew.
2 it is. So the bowl in the ditch just not beating the one that was still on the green. 15-14 now, the lead to Matty France. And look, we're going to get to the pointy end of this match very quickly. What a great hit that was from Matty, but it's not quite getting the result he was after.
We can safely say is whoever does win it will deserve to win it because it's been a great game.
There's been nothing in it. You know, it's, as I say, 1s and 2s. So, you know, you can score a 2 on an end when the opposition's played a really good end. You can still score 2. So there's been just nothing between them. We've probably seen the game we expected in the sense of Matty with the more aggressive shots.
Yep.
Peter's still playing a few of those, but not as many as Matty, and that's probably what we expected coming into it. Great to see lots of people joining the stream and enjoying the coverage. Still got one more match to cover today. That's the men's 4s final. It's the Bunbury-Brunswick combination to take on Emu Point.
Interesting decision from Peter to change hands.
Yeah, you
no particular reason why.
Yeah.
Just obviously felt more comfortable.
Well, weight-wise, he's very good.
Yeah, no, not a bad decision, that's for sure.
Oh, look at that.
Good shot. Great shot.
I wonder whether he didn't quite think about his first bowl. I wonder whether he, you know, sometimes in singles, your first bowl's off and gone, and then you go, oh, that's right, I was going to change hands.
Yes. Oh, he's gone back again. It's keeping it interesting. Mixing it up for us.
Yeah, right, I'll give up.
He doesn't... You know those times when you don't think about your second bowl?
Yeah.
You think, I was going to change hands.
Great effort from Peter.
It's all to play for Matt here.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised to see him play to sit the bowl. I was just going to say the same thing.
Turn his own, sit the bowl.
He's right in the zone, just on the outside. There's only a matter of inches there, just a bowl width. Peter needs to at least beat the wing bowl of Matty France here.
His best hope now is to draw fast so it gets in the way, but...
Right. Well, his bowl's a bit exposed here. Depending on whether Matty's wing bowl is third shot, one of his seconds,
Yep.
might depend on the weight that he uses here. I think he'll just play reasonably solid weight and look through the bowl.
Yeah, no, he's certainly playing ditch weight, obviously. He's running tight.
Calling for it to hold. Well, that's going to be one to Peter Cole. And we're locked away at 15 shots apiece. First person to score 6 shots from here takes the win. Now, Pam's got my attention. She says, watching on the big screen. Great commentating. It's nice. Also making Mars bars.
Yeah, I don't know what she's talking about.
Well, Pam, you certainly got my attention.
Maybe she should deliver Mars bars. It would be more an option.
All right, 15 shots apiece. Whoever can get a little run on now, could be a title-winning run. I'm getting eaten alive by ants at the moment.
You're fiddling around in here for.
Yeah.
I'll start from Matthew. Jumped on when Peter couldn't.
Yeah, just that agonising metre short with the first from Peter. He's found the extra weight, but his line's just off. That weight would have been pretty good without that edge off the front. So both players just sharing a little comment or two at that stage. Well, the wind's dropped right away, so whether or not that's affected the line slightly. Hasn't affected it for
Matthew's
me.
line. No.
Well,
You're going to run a little.
big bowl here from Peter Cole. Otherwise, if this bowl isn't a good one, he's probably going to be playing his last one with the threat of 4 shots against him, essentially. I mean, Matty's got last bowl. He's out on a wider line. Oh, this is a good bowl.
Yep. He's going to run a bit.
Yeah, that's what he needed. At least it's in the area for second shot.
Yep, exactly. Takes that little bit of pressure off. Unless Matthew here trails at a foot.
Well, that's ugly for Peter if that happens.
And Matty will be trying to trail at a foot. He's a very clever, high IQ player, Matthew.
Oh, he is super close to this. What a shot.
Great shot.
And speaking of ugly for Peter Cole, it just got very, very ugly.
Yeah, he
3 down, nothing past the jack. And not even a lot of room to be able to get second shot. He's stuck with his forehand. Well,
he's making contact with something, is he?
Peter, he's
Who
close.
knows?
What a shot this is. Well, he's very unlucky not to get a better result out of that.
One of those great shots who has... I don't think it's improved much. No, it has improved nothing.
Still 3.
This is a
Signal.
huge 3 or 4.
So Matty will make sure he's on a nice, safe line. He won't want to be going anywhere near Peter's bowl on the line.
Yep, he's got the height correct.
He
Not
hasn't
sure
got,
he's
he
got
hasn't
the
got the
weight
weight correct. No. It's still trying to get there. Hasn't quite made it.
Still a big 3. Huge
Well,
3.
that's the first score of more than 2 in the game. It goes the way of Matty France, and he leads at 18-15, courtesy of a perfect trail of the jack.
Perfect situation of where your early bowls can dictate what happens later on in their head. Peter's played a great bowl, but because of his first 3,
he was left,
left
vulnerable.
with nowhere to go. Nice start again.
Glenn just asking about live streaming from the Australian Open. Certainly, with all plans would be to have live streaming from the Australian Open through Bowls Australia. And generally, the last couple of days of finals are covered on the TV, Glenn. But if you want to really experience the Australian Open, the best way is to get there and have a crack. It's a great couple of weeks of bowls up there. Entries are open. Entries are also open for the state triples, Peter. I noticed they open during the week.
They are.
And still a couple of other events on the calendar as well. As Matty promotes his own bowl for shot.
Yeah, there's obviously the Champion Champs later in April for all those club singles champions, if you're one of them. Or hope to be one of them.
Oh, we've still got our club singles
Yeah, I
final
know.
to play, Peter.
I know.
You'll be cheering for me.
Haven't decided yet. I can be bought.
For those wondering, I will be playing Peter's son Cameron in the Cambridge Club Singles Final, so looking forward to that. Probably do that sometime next week, I think.
Peter, opportunity here just to be on the tight side.
Yep.
Set the bowl.
Well, Matty's
Little
clapping
trail.
it.
Done.
And he's got it. What a shot. You're right,
Yeah.
just had to be on that tight side, get the little shelf.
So he gets the shelf, but he played the percentages by playing that shot. So
Ah, for sure.
You can't. It's certainly not luck.
Still an inviting shot for
Certainly.
Matty France. Similar shot, really, similar sort of weight. Wants to have the right weight so he can actually turn onto the bowls.
He has got the right
Asking
weight.
for it to get down.
He has got the right weight and
What a perfect bowl.
quite good direction. Done enough?
Believe so, yes.
Yes,
One to
yes.
yellow. What a great shot.
And for the third bowl in a row, it's nearly similar again. Peter gets the sit or jack around the corner. He can make three himself.
Yeah, he can't go any bigger because he doesn't want to get Matty's bowl sort of solid and then bounce onto his own, so weight's important here.
He's bigger than his last.
He's
He is
super close.
He is close, but he could be.
Oh, he's just missed the jack. Ledge of that jack. Probably looking at 3.
Good
Instead,
shots.
it's going to be 1 more to Matty France. He will lead it.
Half a jack, he makes 3 or 4.
19-15. Yeah, exactly. Just still, that's the sport of bowls. You can be within an inch and get nothing. You can be a metre away, get a result, and get it, and it goes your way. You just never know. It does tend to be the ones that get it in the area the most that get the results, though.
Yes.
So 19-15, 2 shots required for Matt France to go back to back.
Yep, decent start. Something to beat. Peter's certainly not afraid to mix up his choice of hand.
Back-to-back Country Week singles champions, Peter. Let's for 100. What do you reckon?
How many or who they are?
Who they are?
Well, the last one was Justin Smith.
Justin Smith from York.
I reckon Keith Donkin might have done it.
Keith Donkin won 3 in a row.
A very young Peter Harris did
And
it.
Peter Harris. And Peter Harris did it, representing Wongan Hills in 1991 and 92. And prior to that,
No, not Aussie Bailey.
Northern bowler
Oh, Brian Harris.
Brian Harris.
Of course. Of course.
Yep. So there you go, and then we're really back. We're back into the 50s, in bailing up D. Scott, and that's it. That is our list of back-to-back.
Well, currently Matthew is a back-to-back winner. Peter Gold has to do something
Has to
about
do
it.
something to change it. Yep. This is where you got to stick to your nerve and play the shot that you know. He's just a bit tight by the look of it. And he rolled his own bowl up. I don't think that will have changed it. Sue will get in there and have a look for us once she sees Matt's not looking at the head. Yep, 2 it is still. Very well trained, our markers. Sue Hogg does a wonderful job, so does Vicky Eva. They get over in the eastern states and they do a great job at the Australian Open and other Australian events. They love it and they do a fantastic job. So in some sense, this bowl doesn't matter a lot because it's Matty France will be holding, but he wants to get another one in there, and he looks like he's done it.
He flops there. Don't.
Well, when I say it didn't matter, he's opened up a little opportunity for Peter Cole. So
yes, yeah, would be disappointed. I can understand him wanting to change that, but
the angles are good for Peter to at least get two of these out, aren't they? I mean, if he can make contact with that front bowl, it almost guarantees he gets two of them out.
Use whatever weight he likes, yeah.
It's on its way.
Solid ditch.
Needs it to hold a little.
Matthew doesn't want us to
And
see.
it's gone, and it'll be 2 shots
Matthew.
to Matty France, and he does it again. Matty France, our Country Week singles champion, back-to-back, fantastic effort, 21-15 in a really entertaining game of singles bowls.
Really high standard, really worthy of a final.
Commiserations to Peter Cole. Fantastic effort just to make the final, of course. But it's Matty France that's done it. Back-to-back singles championships for him. And when we look through, there's only one score of 3. Everything else was 1s and 2s,
Yep.
Peter. But and really, it was at 15 all, it was whoever could get a run of ends. 3 ends went the way of Matty France.
Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, Peter didn't do a lot wrong. But when the big bowls needed to be played, Matthew was able to do that.
Now, don't go too far because we are going to bring you the presentations. So while they just get themselves sorted there.
I'll just leave you to wrap up while I just go organise
No problem. You go and get that happening. And don't forget, we've still got the 4s final to come. So that will be in just a few minutes' time. We will be establishing a new stream for that, so keep an eye on that. Like the Bowls WA Facebook page, and you'll get a notification when we go live. But of course, that is the Bunbury and Brunswick combination of Ian Cartledge, Darren Kelland, Stan Hunter, and Tony DeBello to take on Emu Points, John Sharp, Matt Mitchell, Doug Wright, and Stephen Tuffley. They will be preparing to get out there very soon. But, well, what a fantastic effort. It's very hard, very, very hard to go back-to-back in any title, whether that even be a club title or anything else. So to go back-to-back and win the Country Week singles is an amazing effort on Matty France's part. So we certainly pay homage to him and Peter Cole, our runner-up. So we are just about ready for our presentations. We will cross to Ross, who's got the presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, just like to welcome you all here, the ones who are here. On behalf of Bowls WA, it's been a great day so far, and congratulations to Matty France and Peter Cole for putting on a great exhibition. Before I hand out the prize money, just like to say a few words. AFGRI supplying their sponsorship for this event was very much appreciated, and to be a country business, it's also fitting that they do that. Let's hope they can keep going and enjoy it. So without any further ado, I'd just like to ask Peter Cole to come forward and receive the runner-up check. Well done, Peter. Peter's a bit shy, doesn't want. Okay, righto, Pete, your choice. Yeah, so Matty, back-to-back winners. 3rd time, Matty. Well done.
Alrighty. Well, it's over. It's over. Thank you, Bowls WA, for letting this event go on. You know, I was sceptical. Thanks to the AFGRI, your sponsor, your good man. I stole this hat. And, yeah, Peter, couldn't have played anyone better in the final, mate. You're a legend. Thank you. And everyone else I played, thank you.
Thanks, Matty. There's your trophy. Watch that, that's hot. Yeah. Okay, thank you. And there, 4s won't be that far away. Thank you.
There you have it. As usual, Matty France, man, a few words, and doesn't care if the trophy's red hot. He'll take it, absolutely. Three-time winner of the event and a back-to-back champion in Matty France. All right, big thanks to AFGRI and Henselite for our coverage today. We've got one more match coming your way. It is the Fours final, and it won't be too far away. So don't forget, like the Bowls WA Facebook page, and make sure your notifications are on. You'll get the notification when we go live, and we'll catch you back here at Osborne Park for the last match, the last final, right here at Country Week.